Today in Matt's class, we are going to start a new video series on how to paint portraits, specifically in a mixed media technique that has that awesome larger-than-life movie poster style. In this first video, we're going to talk about the underdrawing. Now, I actually filmed a segment where both James, who's filming, we both did an underdrawing using a projector. And if you guys are interested in that, I will share that one publicly. Right now, I don't know that you guys would be interested in seeing that. If you would be interested in seeing that, you can let me know in the comments. And if enough people are like, hey, yeah, we really need to see this video, then I will share that with you. But you can use a projector, you can use carbon paper, you can use the grid method, but whatever you do, you want to have an awesome drawing underneath. Now, let me show you just first a couple sample demos. These are a couple demos I've done in the past. This is where we talk about the 3 secrets of illustration, which is composition, contrast and value, and contrast and edge control. This was one, I could have put Cat's face right in the middle, but I just thought it made a more interesting composition. I think I put a slight Dutch angle on what the photograph had kind of intended, and I just thought it was a little bit more unique, a little bit more interesting. If you look closely, you actually can see the drawing underneath this painting. Again, that's one of the reasons why you want to do the best drawing you can. This one's a little bit more painterly. It's not as finished, but it's got basically all of the essentials of what the demo is, what's intended. Don't ever tell me what I can't do, ever! If you know who John Locke is, my man from Lost. This is, I always say it's the blue chick from Avatar, but James, what is this chick called? What is this? Neytiri, and what's the alien species?
The Na'vi.
The Na'vi. How do you know? How you've seen Avatar a bunch?
Like 3 times.
3 times? Okay, I've seen it I think 3 times as well, but I forget. It's the blue chick. But anyway, another demo. Tyrion. And of course, Khaleesi. I wanted to share with you the importance of the underdrawing. This video series in particular is going to go over the painting technique, but before we can do the painting, the underdrawing has to be rock solid. So I wanted to share with you, I'm actually going to do 2 demos today. One is of Princess Kamala. This is portrayed by Christy Dumar, and this is my underdrawing that I kind of threw in really quickly. This is the photographic reference that I'll be using. You can see it's got the good lighting. If you're curious what makes good lighting, I have another video on the best photographic reference that you can use. You definitely want to check that video out and why it's important to what you'll be painting. So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do both a female, and then I'm also going to do a male character. So this is Aladdin, and Fiji is his sidekick. And this is Eric Steele, who portrays Aladdin. And this is Fiji, who portrays Fiji. Princess Kamala's underdrawing was just drawn on straight up illustration board, where Aladdin's drawing, this was drawn on gessoed illustration board. So what I did, I don't know if you can tell, but I added a texture. I just took gesso straight out of the tube, and I took a big fat brush, and I just kind of painted in some textures. And what that does, it makes it so that anything that you draw or paint on top of it has like this fun texture, and you can paint all kinds of swirls or zigzags. It just works out really nice. It works really good for rugged characters like Aladdin or Indiana Jones, and it kind of gives a timeless feel, but it's just a little bit grittier. And it works out well for that. So I wanted to do a demo so you could see what the difference is of painting directly on your illustration board and then painting onto the gessoed texture illustration board. So I used a projector to get all of my features in the right place. And some people would say, oh my gosh, that's totally cheating. You are cheating using a projector because you're just tracing. And yeah, if I use a projector, my drawing is going to look amazing too. But I want to share with you a couple reasons why that's not actually true. The projector is just a tool, and yeah, it helps get all of your features in the right place, but you still need to use the fundamentals of drawing in order to make it look great. So I want to show you really quick. I had James as a guinea pig. I had him first. I had him draw Princess Kamala under the projector, and here you can see the clear difference. Now he had everything exactly set up the same way I did. Now all of his features are in the right place, but the difference is James just traced this where I used the fundamentals of really good drawing, and I always kept that in check with what I was doing. I tried to make my line work a little bit more designery. I focused a little bit more on shapes and edges. Especially for an underpainting, you're gonna see the drawing underneath, so you want that drawing to be chiseled. You want it to be sharp, and you wanna have clarity. I don't know if you can tell who this is. James, do you know who this is?
I don't.
Okay, so this, I had another student as a guinea pig. Again, they had good lighting, they had everything that's easy to work with, and they did their best drawing they could, and they actually spent a long time on this, and in half the time, I was able to chisel out this. It's Scarlet Joe! Does the drawing look better? It's much more clear,
oh, absolutely.
And you can clearly see. It would be much easier to paint. Which one would you want to paint? Both of them used a projector, and both of them got the features in the right place, but it's not just tracing. Tracing isn't enough. Tracing isn't going to do the drawing for you, and tracing definitely isn't going to do the painting for you. Here's one where the student they thought, oh, I'm just going to trace it. They just bounced around the figure, and yeah, everything's in the right place, but this just really isn't a very good chiseled drawing to work with. Rey from The Force Awakens, and everything is just so bubbly cloudy. It's just...
How dare they?
Yeah, right. This, at least there's clarity in the lines, even though they're just bubbly cloudy. Here's one where they did a lot of shading. This is Princess Leia. They did the shading, which is useless to the painting that you're gonna do, but they didn't really define the edges. It's like all the soft edges without any of the hard edges to really lock it in. So this would be really difficult to paint. Dane Cook, Sue Fi, this one's a little bit easier. It's just got the really nice edges. This would really be easy to paint. This one I wanted to do a side-by-side on a sheet of paper. So you can see the one that I did, but also the one that the student did of Daniel Craig, James Bond. And it just looks here like the student didn't give a crap at all, where this one's just a lot more chiseled out. The more you can take the time to do this, whether you're using a projector or the grid method or you're using carbon paper, you want to have a chiseled drawing to begin with. If you've got an awesome drawing, you're halfway there. Your painting is going to go so easy. If you do a drawing like this, even if you use a projector and you're like, I'll do it later, I just want to make sure I have my features in the right place. If it's crap to begin with, you're not going to save it in the painting. You want to have a rock solid drawing to begin with. Mr. Zombie, again, I don't have like all the details in there, but I've got enough edges that if I were to paint this, it would be rock solid Rob.
It all got lost in the hair. That's... There's a man under there.
So I didn't do all of the details in the dreads, but just enough of what you need to kind of separate the light from the dark. So this is the underdrawing. I hope you guys come back for the next one where we are going to start painting. It's going to be step number 1, the darkest darks. If you guys like this and the importance of drawing and kind of showing you what to and what not to do using a projector or any method you're using to try to get the best drawing you can on your board, you should give me a like. Let me know in the comments what you liked about this video or what you didn't like. Did this make sense? Did this help you? Also, you should subscribe. You should also click that notification bell. You should share this video with all of your artist friends, and of course, I am on the IG, so follow me there.